There is a creature native to Scotland that has roamed the hills, glens and mountains of this beautiful country for hundreds of thousands of years. During the last ice age, their numbers plummeted and were in danger of going extinct. But as the ice went into retreat and the vegetation began to return to what was a tundra for millennia, they flourished once again. Their numbers soared and spread throughout Scotland, from John O'Groats to Galloway in the south of this stunningly beautiful land. They roamed and dominated, an apex predator with no equal in strength, speed and agility. But this dominance was about to come to an end and be shared by another animal with equal cunning, determination and ruthlessness. This species were your ancestors. The humans had arrived. When humans once again returned to what would become the archipelago of Great Britain, they discovered they were not alone. Around 6,000 years ago, farming was introduced to this land, and what was once a predatory animal became elusive, preferring concealment to confrontation, eating nuts and berries instead of flesh. This is the story of Scotland's oldest inhabitant. This is the story of the haggis. I have travelled all over Scotland to try and capture this elusive creature on camera. Now, it's not an easy task, as they skulk through dense woodland and traverse mountains and glens as easily and swiftly as the wind, glide between rocks, trees and waterways as if no obstacle was in their path. Now, the haggis is said to be sleek, fast and ever wary of human presence, and it's for good reason. Every year, to celebrate the birthday of the great poet Rabbie Burns, haggis is consumed on tables throughout the world in commemoration of the great Scotsman, with tatties and neeps adorning the plate alongside this delicacy. Those haggis, however, are domesticated and enjoy a long life on farms throughout Scotland. The haggis I wish to capture on film are the wild haggis of yore, an animal living off its wits and instincts, ever wary of human scent and our presence. The woodland I'm standing in is named Drimmy Woods. It resides in Perthshire, Scotland. It's said that here, in this landscape, is the best chance of seeing a haggis in its natural environment. Now, I've hiked over mountains, crossed lochs such as Loch Shiel, traversed woodland moors, beaches and valleys in the Highlands of Scotland, attempting to see this beautiful, enigmatic animal. And my journey and adventure continues here, in these woods near Blairgowrie in Scotland. As I mentioned earlier, the haggis has been elusive for over the millennia. However, this does not mean it is in any way less aggressive than its forebears if it feels threatened, or if you encroach on its territory. In 2009, in these very woods, a man from Dundee was foraging for mushrooms. It would seem he was blissfully unaware of the danger that potentially lurked in these woods. There are signs at the car park leading into this wood warning of potential herds of haggis roaming here. I can only assume he never read the signs and simply walked into the thicket of the forest. It's said that he was capturing images of fungi on his phone and picking mushrooms to take back home with him to create some form of a brew. Now, it's believed he strayed dangerously too close to a pack of haggis hiding in the foliage and was viciously attacked. Now, sometime later, a dog walker found the body and contacted the police. When they arrived, all that was left of him was his phone, a blood-soaked crock and a pair of false teeth. Now apparently there was blood everywhere, sprayed against the trees and the foliage, and the Haggis had made good their escape. When examining his phone, they were horrified to discover a picture taken just before the man's death. The image contains the last thing he saw before being savagely attacked. We can only imagine his horror as the Haggis, indeed Haggises, rushed forward and devoured the man. This story, if nothing else, should give caution in seeking out this elusive yet territorial animal. These images detail what domesticated haggis look like, quite different from the wild variety. Haggis, like pigs that return to their natural habitat, will quickly change back to their natural form and become aggressive and territorial. A haggis in the wild is not to be confused with being the same thing as its domesticated counterpart. I could have swore I heard something. Just off to my right I could hear, well, it sounded like the patter of many feet running through the brush here. Moving forward a wee bit. Down here. I think I've just heard a flock of haggis running through the wood. I can't see anything, yet I feel like I'm being watched. The hairs on the back of my neck are standing on end right now. Very strange. I don't know what that was. Whatever was in the woods, not 5 feet from where I was standing, did not make itself apparent. Perhaps it was my imagination playing tricks on me, and my instincts betraying my senses. Whatever it was, and if it was real, it was close. And if it was haggis, they thankfully didn't see me as a threat, and simply disappeared into the depths of the wood. I've spent a few hours here and haven't seen anything of note. It's a real shame because I truly hoped that today would be the day I finally saw my first wild haggis in its natural habitat. I certainly won't give up looking. And if I ever do manage to film this ancient creature, I will post it here on my page. If this has sparked your interest and you decide to go haggis hunting for yourself, be sure and heed the warnings I have given you in my video. As long as you're respectful and don't rush into an area that's known to be inhabited by these beautiful animals, you have nothing to fear. And most of all, I wish you every luck in capturing your first image of a haggis in the Scottish countryside. Any questions or concerns, please feel free to message me in the comments. I hope you enjoyed my video and that you have a fantastic day.